Greetings viewers, Eric the Car Guy here, also known as ETCG1 on this channel. How the heck are you? I'm doing well, thanks for asking. We've been doing a lot of talk lately about technician pay and the kind of things that technicians have to deal with as far as how they do their job and what it takes to do their job. We've talked about the flat rate system, we've talked about the tool investment that you make, links to all those videos in the description. But today I'd like to talk a little bit how you can maximize your income as a technician. So if you're a technician out there and you're looking to maybe do a little better on your paychecks, I hope this video might help you. And I say this because I spent about 9 years at the dealership, and I learned a thing or two about how to write up a work order, and mainly how to write up a work order for warranty. Now, obviously the policies at your dealership and with your car line are going to be different. They're going to vary somewhat, but at least from my experience, this is what I learned. And the key always seemed to be in the write-up, particularly when you're talking about straight time, if you were fortunate enough to get it. And that's, I know in some cases very difficult to get, but there are instances that don't fall inside normal warranty labor times that are set about, because it doesn't fit into any given mold, so you do what you can to get straight time. It involves some skills that take a little bit of effort, might be the best way to say it, and for some people it might not necessarily come naturally, and those are basically writing skills. But the idea is to stick to the facts and stick to the things that you had to go through in order to perform that repair or come to the conclusion of your diagnosis. And the best way to do that is to sometimes take notes. You might want to just jot down a little bit along the way if you are getting straight time. And for those of you that don't know what straight time is, it's a situation where you, just like a time clock, you clock in a work order, you work until you fix whatever it is that's fixed, and then you clock that work order out, and then you look for that time span that you have there. Because on the manufacturer side of things, they're looking for fraud. They're looking to say that, oh, well, you should have been able to find that sooner. And their arguments would probably come in the way of saying, well, we factory trained you, we showed you how to diagnose these problems, blah, blah, blah. It should have taken you X amount of time. Or it should not have taken you that amount of time, or you did really well with that amount of time. It's really difficult to say because straight time is such a gray area. And that's like one tip. Just sort of take notes along the way. That we've got a step-by-step account. And that's the thing. With straight time or any kind of write-up, it's not just a warranty write-up. If you're going to write something up for a customer, write up as much detail as you possibly can. Try not to skip things over. And try to keep the language to where someone can understand it if they read it. As far as warranty stuff, I'm sure you could get a little more technical in your terminology, but if you're writing something up for a customer, try to be as detailed as possible, because as I've said in other videos, I think the best way to handle customers is to bring them into the process. Make it like they're the ones making the decision, because in essence they are. They're the ones making the decisions about the service and repair of their vehicles, and make them a part of that process. Present to them all the information that you find. This is broken, this is loose, this is recommended, this is something you have to do now, and prioritize things, because people many times have X amount of money to spend, and they need a lot of times things prioritized. So you may do X, Y, and Z this week, but then next week when they get paid again, they come back and they get A, B, and C done. And that's what I'm talking. So if that's written up in the work order, a week later you've worked on, who knows, hopefully a lot of stuff in that span of time, and you don't necessarily remember everything, but you go back to your write-up and it's there. So for warranty or for customer work, I think a write-up is really key, and be as detailed as possible, so that one, if it's a long span of time, say that customer doesn't come back in a week, say they come back in 6 months. Well, this way you can thumb back through, find the work order, and you can say, this is what it was, rather than having to go through the trouble of diagnosing everything all over again. Because ultimately, the clock is your enemy as far as being a technician, as far as I see it. Because it's always either working against you or sometimes working for you. And learning how to work that clock, learning how to manage your time is going to maximize the return on your investment of your skills, your tools, everything you bring to bear as you go to perform a repair. So try to document as much of that as possible. Try to bring the customers into the process and let them know, okay, and as I've said before, sometimes if you're allowed, bring them out into the shop, show them what's loose, show them what's broken, show them what's rusted out and about to break, show them that bushing that's gone, show them that huge oil leak, whatever it is that they have concerns about or may not even know about. They might not even realize that their car is about to explode and they came in to get their air conditioning fixed. Yeah, I'm sure we've all been there. That's the thing. The key is to document. I always wrote work orders up almost like I was writing a legal document. I'm not saying I'm a lawyer or anything like that. I'm just saying that point by point, what my recommendations were, what my findings were. All of those things put together will equate to a logical work order as opposed to found tire bad or brakes need work. Being succinct like that is not necessarily going to help you in these situations. You could say, like inboard pad worn more than outboard pad, suspect faulty caliper or caliper sticking, or oil leak on back of engine, recommend cleaning and coating with leak detection material so that it could be monitored for next service. And that's the thing. I mean, try to catch as many of those things that are potential problems down the road as you can, because in a way you kind of, I'm not saying you necessarily become the hero, but once again, if your customer is made aware of the condition of their vehicle, they're much more likely to participate in that service or repair that you're trying to get them to do. The idea is to keep everybody in a loop, so everyone's in the know about what the situation is and what happened. And when you're writing up those straight time warranty tickets, or you're just writing up tickets for warranty, the more detail that's in that paperwork, the better. Then red flags won't come up, because the manufacturer is the same way. And here's the issue for those of you that are not familiar with this, is in a warranty situation, basically what you're doing is you're not charging the customer, you're charging the manufacturer for that time. And the manufacturer has written how much time something should take and has written the book on it, so to speak. So you need to follow the rules, and whatever rules are set in place by the manufacturer that you're working for, make sure that you follow those rules. And that will make it so that the dealership doesn't lose money, and if the dealership's not losing money, hopefully they'll pass along the savings to you. That's what I'm hoping for here anyway. To wrap things up, as far as making more money, be accurate in your write-ups. Involve your customers. And don't try to rip off the manufacturer, because it's likely it's not going to work. In fact, it's likely it's going to backfire on you, and if they kick the work order back, they may dock your pay. In fact, many places that's what they do. They'll just take that time back that they paid you for. So try to avoid those situations, and you can do so by doing accurate, concise write-ups. And take notes. Take notes may help you do that, because sometimes you may be working on a car for days. I've done it myself. And it may be hard to remember everything that you did or everything that you went through. So you might just want to jot it down a little bit. And don't be afraid to add other things to it. I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to write a novel about something, but be accurate and put as much information into that material as possible. Anyway, I am Eric the Car Guy. You can always find me over at ericthecarguy.com, and here on ETCG1s, I post videos on Wednesdays. If you have automotive questions, I ask that you go over to ericthecarguy.com and type in a couple of keywords into the search function. Try that first. If not, sign up for our forum. It's free. All you need is an email address. Also, Google+, Facebook, and Twitter, if I didn't mention that already. And I close with be safe, have fun, and stay dirty. And lastly, I look forward to your comments, but there will be a link in the description to a forum discussion about this video if you have more things to add and you want more direct responses from me. Anyway, I'll catch you later, everybody. See you.